Hello everyone, welcome to episode 31 of the 8BritGameChat. We're 8BritGaming, I'm your host Tom Powter. Joining me is Matt Stevens, Tom Roach and Javid Rahman. Today we are going to be talking about Bloodborne, the Old Hunters, the first expansion for my favourite game of the last 5 years, Bloodborne. Okay, just go buy it if you haven't bought it already. I don't know what the fuck you're doing sitting here. Go and buy it if you haven't bought it.
Hang on, 5 years?
Yeah, pretty much. I can't think of a game in 5 years that I might have bought Bloodborne.
Gears of War 3.
Dum dum dum.
2011, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you just shot yourself in the head there.
No, I prefer Bloodborne. I prefer Bloodborne to Gears 3. Yeah.
Bloodborne is a...
If it had been either of the other two, then no, but Gears 3 is probably my least favourite out of the three of them. Anyway, Bloodborne, the Old Hunters is the first expansion coming from Bloodborne, coming November 24th. And yeah, so we've seen the trailer. We're going to watch it again. Because that's what we do here.
Well, you just watch trailers constantly.
Yeah. Guys, remember to subscribe to my videos and let us know in the comments below if you like Bloodborne. What do you think of the DLC trailer if you've seen it already? So, let's get this thing rolling. And as we go through, we'll just talk about what we see.
Yeah.
What new shit's in it. What old shit's in it.
What new shit's
What
in
shit's
it?
in
Or...
it. Yeah. Mr. Roach.
Someone press play.
Yeah, Christ.
I'll say this first thing. It's about time this happened.
Yeah, it is about time. I'm honestly surprised they didn't show this off at E3. I really thought this could be an E3 trailer.
I get why they're delayed it though. Just Japanese market.
new area.
Yeah, this first bit's a new area, definitely. And I think Eileen is the character who's talking over the
Yeah.
top here. If the whole thing really is time travel, then she's got to be younger, obviously. Let's go back in the past. That's another thing, yeah.
How far?
No, well, yeah, before the beginning, probably. Everyone is under the impression, we don't actually know, but everyone's under the impression it's going to be time travel based. Because the hunter is sitting in front of the big clock in the promotional art, and then there's the fact you fight the thing, and obviously he's looking around to the
First time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, most people think it's going to be time travel based. How that's going to work, I don't know. How the hell does anything work with Bloodborne?
Well, it's magic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of which, I think they're going to be adding more magic. Like, because you always see him throw that bomb at a guy and all that sort of thing, so that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, this place with the creepy statues, that's a new area. Interestingly, that one's got a bell, which I didn't notice before. Like the bell ringing people.
That looks like that could be statues of the three old hunters.
Yeah, good shot.
It looks like they're like going about looking at
So
something.
there's the clock tower in the background there.
Well, what it could
Right
be,
here.
it could be bleeding through.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So I think that's the clock there.
That is the clock. That's cathedral.
Then you've got this in the background again.
That's the thing I'm wondering about. It looks like the clock behind the hunter in the.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
It's
thinking.
just for you guys. Just point at the screen and say this thing, that thing, and this thing.
No, Matt, you're gonna have to bring it up on the thing. You knew that, right? But yeah, in fact, I think this is cathedral because you can go up to that little bit there.
On the right.
Yeah, there's a. Matt's
I've got to help.
Matt's gonna bring it up. Don't worry. Not you, Matt.
Yeah, so
I'm going to play the trailer.
What you're saying, the reflect.
Basically, yeah, we're currently on the bit with the big sun thing in the background, which looks like the clock face to me.
Yeah, it's like sun's coming through and
Yeah.
you're inside.
And that, this could be Yharnam in the past, and the clock is bleeding through, like you said, to
Symbolise
show you that
you've gone back in time. Yeah.
you've gone back in time. Yeah. Because you never see cathedral with the sun like that anyway. In fact, you never even really see the sun in the game like that. It's like
That's the way this kind of game would do it as well.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
exactly.
outwardly tell you you've gone back in time.
Exactly,
There'd be like
yeah.
hints
Yeah.
around the world. But
Yeah.
hang on a minute.
Well, yeah.
another hint is this bit right here on the trailer is the bit with the Lumen Flower Garden, which is where you fight the Celestial Emissary boss just before Evitas.
Yeah.
This one, however, I think is more looking like they've gone forward in time because
it's
the flowers
even
are
more.
dead.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the flowers are alive in the game.
Yeah, they were.
It could just be.
Or something
it could be
caused them to be alive.
Yeah, or it could be the other way. They haven't just grown properly yet, but they look dead to me. And there's lots of little random people in there. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, it could almost be like the advertisers to be there for it to blossom.
Yeah, possibly.
Give it
Oh
life.
no, if that was
Yeah.
before Evitas was around, then we're going well far back.
Yeah.
This, I think, is just ripped straight out of the original game.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, and then we've got this new area, which does, like Tom mentioned earlier, it looks like the sewers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain it's a new area.
It
I
does
get
look
why
like
he
it.
says it though. It's kind of similar.
River of blood.
Yeah.
It's just the bits on the sides. Because they had the rafters. that you
Oh
could
yeah,
go-
they definitely have the rafters. But the walls don't look anywhere near high enough
Yeah,
to be the sewers.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
But it looks like another level up here as well.
Yeah, true.
This could
the
just-
walls look possibly high on that side as well.
It's definitely inspired from the sewers.
Yeah.
You can
It
tell
could be
that.
connected.
It's
like,
definitely a
Yeah,
lower
it could just be a
area.
bit that was locked up
Yeah.
before.
the blood could because they're walking in blood, and you see that. Maybe later on, is that just a screenshot that I think we saw earlier? It's just a screenshot. Well, there's another thing. One of us can whack the link to that article in the description. You, Jared, YouTube guy. And yeah, you can see it later on. But yeah, they're walking through the blood, which is nice and gross. This whole game is fucked up. That's why it's so good.
He's right. I mean,
An interesting thing to note here: all of these guys are wielding saw blades. They're all hunters,
yeah.
which is pretty cool. So
That means there's a
I
trio
think-
of wandering hunters.
yeah, but I think it's more than that as well. I think this is going to be like back in the day when hunters were commonplace and still walking around killing beasts, as though the beast plague wasn't that big a deal yet.
Unlike in the
Yeah,
main game
yeah,
where you're like, that's
yeah.
it, you're
Yeah.
the one left.
Do you think
Yeah,
this
there was
suggests more co-op? Like,
Maybe, yeah,
just
possibly.
one
Does this
person
imply they've
for
either been doing a hell of a lot of killing?
You could
with
always
different
bring.
or
You could always bring more than one person into co-op.
that? Could you?
It was up to 3.
I thought you could only bring one, and then you'd have the hunters from the game, like.
No, you could have 2 people following you around.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain.
I am certain
Oh.
because I did it.
Okay. There you go. So moving on, this is again I think another new area. I'm pretty certain. I don't recognise anything like this in the game. It looks like a prison door, but it doesn't look
closest
anything
it
like
is,
Yahar'gul. It doesn't look anything like it though.
Yeah, but this could be what Yahar'gul used to look like.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'm more inclined to think this is new area.
Because I'd imagine Yahar'gul originally will have been where hunters imprisoned random peeps.
Yeah, possibly.
Because
Yeah.
why else would there be a prison? They might use that.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually a couple of things we can take from this. The thing is, if that was the case, this looks pretty dilapidated, with all the cobwebs everywhere for someone that's in active use.
That's true.
And that door is obviously busted.
Yeah.
If you look at the thing,
So
something's
something's
busted out
broken
there. or something.
out there.
Yeah. So I feel
it
like
could be. They
it
keep
could be
pieces in
recently
there.
abandoned. It could be Yahar'gul prison recently abandoned.
And then you see it in the main game,
Yeah,
however many years later, as a complete
And
mess.
obviously we need to pick up on the weapon he's using.
It's
My God, it looks
very
so
cool.
Yeah. That looks
I can't
really
even quite work out quite what it is. Obviously,
Well,
it's,
let's have a...
Well, it's
like a circular saw.
I do feel
but
like this is like blooming IGN Rewind here. Right, anyway. So we don't unfortunately get to see him actually put his thing in it. Almost. So basically that's the trick version.
yeah.
The pizza cutter is the trick version. I can't see what he puts in it, but it's one-handed wherever
It's like a
and then he pulls
It
it
doesn't
off.
look very
Pinwheel type
impressive. It just looks like a club of.
Oh, what he's actually put, yeah.
yeah.
The next scene, again, I think is probably Forbidden Woods, but an area
because you've
I
got
don't think
a
we've
got a
seen
mill
this before.
looking thing.
I don't think we've seen this before. Although it's kind of hard to say, but
I like to think it's an extension for the.
yeah.
So I just don't,
As if that area needs an extension.
because there's a lot of high ground
Yeah, no.
above it.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of. And then they've got this water here, so I don't remember anywhere specific.
There's only that one tiny bit of water that's actually just all got oil on top.
Yeah, where the rotting corpses are.
Yeah, this already looks too big to be that area.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think it's new.
And this is being like pretty picky, but I don't recognise those kind of very thin, tall trees with the few leaves coming off them.
No, true.
Most of the
No,
place in the Forbidden
yeah.
Woods was the kind of properly thick, dense trees.
But if we've time skip
Yeah,
that
yeah,
much,
time
the
skip, yeah.
trees could
have
actually
time
just
skipped
grow.
again, yeah. That I'm also sure is an enemy hunter again. It's like the ones that are walking through the bloody
Blood.
area that we saw earlier, because that's not your character, because we don't all like that.
They might not all be enemies though.
No, they might not, I suppose. This, obviously, that is your character, obviously. Again, this is a new area.
might
They actually
be.
showed us, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's actual art of this place.
Yeah.
It's like a huge tower
Right.
with spirally staircases going up and up. I think you, Jared, said it looks like a lecture hall though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
does
looks
look
like
like
when you're going up
yeah.
the stairs and they're halfway through the.
Yeah.
That's all it reminds me of
Yeah.
from the main game.
It also looks like the library type place.
Mhm.
In
In
Cane
the
House.
Yeah,
Cane House.
yeah. Well, like you can see massive windows here.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. In Nightmare of Mensis, in the boss fight,
Oh.
in the middle, you know, in between the boss fight,
Miko
where you're
action
moving
area.
from,
Yeah.
It has
It does
go up
actually.
that winding stair.
like design.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Now
Staircases.
thinking about it, now you brought that up. what if this is Mensis before it's been engulfed in the nightmare?
Yeah.
So it's all normal.
Yes. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or if this, I mean, to be fair, this could be, there's not much to go on, this could literally be anywhere, this could be Bergenworth.
In fairness,
before
then
it's been
that
messed up.
could mean that the last one could have been Frontier before it got on Mensis.
Could be.
Before it got into Nightmare. Sorry.
I am wondering like how much of the expansion will be in the Nightmare.
Yeah.
I reckon quite a lot of it will have reference at least
Yeah,
to
probably,
old
yeah.
areas. Some of them will be new, but I reckon a lot of them will be, you've seen this before, but very different.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But if it goes with the back in time thing, that would make more sense.
That would be cool.
Yeah. A lot of this trailer is actually just showcasing the new weaponry going through the old game. This is that. This is the alleyway where you meet Ariana in Cathedral Wood. Yeah. And he's wielding what looks like a freaking flaming warhammer, which is
that's very cool.
which is awesome. Yeah. I'll try and freeze a better shot, but he literally, and I don't think it's. Initially, I thought it was fire paper, but I don't think it is because he literally kind of goes like that and it activates. I mean, it could be fire paper.
Could that be its trick?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. He's got nothing on his back either. So yeah, he smacks that guy in the face with that. And then here we've got Old Jana again. But that is not the hunter in the Old Jana you have to, because you know there's the hunter on the ground, because you've got Jura up top with the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
And then there's the one in the wooden area in the arena thing.
Yeah, that I'm pretty sure is this arena. However, that is not the hunter, because
It's
that guy
definitely
looks like a freaking beast.
It's definitely this arena for him, the lamps
Yeah,
go
yeah,
up.
it's that, yeah. But and also you've got a funky new hat. New hats abound.
Interestingly,
and that's also a new weapon. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
yeah, I was going to say, if this is clearly exactly as it was, because the people are hanging looking exactly the same.
Yeah.
So this bit, I don't know if this is them just playing through the normal game with new stuff, or there is a way to play, or maybe
I don't think
chop and change with timelines.
Although this is clearly that area, Old Jarnum, I don't think it's ever been this bright. It's almost like that yellow sunlight is on it.
Yeah.
So I think this could be in the past still.
Oh, so you reckon they're still hanging people and stuff?
Yeah, and it doesn't look. I mean, we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot to go on, but it doesn't look particularly burnt to me.
No,
that's true.
And all of Old Yarn is like completely been
charred,
burnt.
yeah.
Because they obviously tried to get rid of the beasts. So it could be beforehand. I'll tell you what would be really cool actually, is if like you are. If this guy over here is maybe a hunter that's was trying to cleanse Old Yarn and now he's gone crazy.
Yeah.
So, but obviously the combat looking as amazing as always, and the hunter in this scene, he's got like that's not the regular size. It's different. Yeah, he's got like some huge weapon on the.
That's just got a massive curved blade.
Yeah, cool. That's fair bit.
This bit
is just a very, very, very brief little tease of the bow blade being used in this. Obviously, Kanehurst.
I hated those baddies. They were really annoying.
Yeah. Again, the player is showing off new clothes. I think that's like a hood and then a little coat he's wearing.
Yeah, it looks a little like the Chard stuff because it's all messed up.
Yeah, it's not though. The Chard is literally a huge cape. But the bow looks cool, man. I mean, I'm not generally a bow and arrow guy, an archer, but I think it looks really.
I want to see what it was or it turns into.
Well, it's definitely a sword.
Obviously.
I want to know how it plays.
Yeah,
how it feels.
I mean, literally all we get to see is that.
It looks like it's a hard hitter.
That's all we get to see.
Do you think that? I think this is unlikely, but because we got a bow and arrow, do you think in the past, if this does take place in the past, there won't be any guns, or do you think the pistols?
No, there'll definitely be guns.
Yeah.
Because it's integral to the game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when he earlier on the trailer gets the buzzsaw, he's holding a gun in his own hand.
No.
But interesting thing to note. But yeah, unless that thing is like almost on low health, that bow pretty much one hit kills it, because I think it kills over and dies after that shot.
To be fair, you have no idea how powerful that hunter was though.
Well, yeah, true, yeah. But this is obviously back on Central Yarn Bridge where they roll that flaming ball down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just before you go up to fight Father Gascoigne.
Yep. And the sky is obviously a different colour, because this is back in the past. Everything's now got yellow.
There is still some sun it appears. Like whatever they've done, the sun still exists.
Yeah.
Sort of like early night.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, when you start the game,
It's the moon.
basically it's night time, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, when you start the game, it's sort of getting dark. There's a bit of.
It's pretty much. It's night.
It's
You
just-
consider it night, but
Yes.
it's,
I don't
It's
think
not
it-
pitch black.
it's early.
Isn't it? The sky's kind of like bluey. bluey
Yeah.
grey.
Yeah.
There is a moon though.
You'd
Yeah,
argue-
there's a massive moon.
You'd argue that
Isn't it
light's
more like
been
this,
down.
actually?
It's been and the sun's been
I
down for about an
can't
hour. or
remember
so.
now.
I don't remember it being that
Yeah,
bright.
you
No,
mentioned
it's
that.
never been that bright.
Okay, I think
The sun when you start the game looks like it's been down for about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sunset. All the orange is gone. It's now just settling into slowly getting darker.
Yeah.
I remember it
Speaking
being.
of guns, he's got on there.
Alright.
But go on, Rich.
I do remember. I'll have to look it up afterwards. But I think when you start the game, it's not day, but it's a bit like this.
Okay.
And
Well,
it
above
changes
it.
as soon as you go up to Cathedral Ward.
Mm.
Well, the game completely changed.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's got a point. No, he's got a point. Because when you beat Vicar immediately, it turns to night. That's actually what happens. It goes to night time and you kill.
And then everyone starts getting funky.
Yeah. So possibly he is. I mean, I think the reason they've shown us this anyway is he's got a new weapon. Literally, this whole section is just fast weapon montages now, so it's kind of hard to get a good shot. But he's got some massive kind of whip thing, and there was concept art of that as well. But we can have a look at that.
Is that what the
Yeah,
threaded
you
cane?
kind of got
That's
it,
what the
but
threaded
it's hard
cane
to
always
see.
should have been.
Well, yeah,
The
man,
thread-
that's the
I
threaded
like-
cane using. Yes, you can
I-
kind of see it. It's not the threaded cane. He's got an actual whip this time. Yeah, I mean, look, it's just taking people out. This is a lot of people are hyped for this.
Original couple of painters.
Yeah, it is, but he's doing a beast transformation. He's using the beast claws and he's getting. Look at that arm, man. He's got a proper
He's
cleric beastie arm going on there, and he literally jumps on the guy.
and Rex.
See,
And from what I know, you can't do that.
Beast Force let you get an arm.
there's Beast Hood in the game, yeah, which is a slight transformation, and every time you visual something, you get a beast hand in it anyway. But that is a proper
Could
like.
that be something that, again, if this is in the past, they outlawed it because it's like, okay, this is too dangerous?
Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Or they just lost
Obviously,
the
this
knowledge.
Is the Gascoigne fight. What weapon is he using? Because it's not going to be one we've ever seen before. Oh, it looks like a sword blade. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's electrified though. That's interesting.
Well, that's what it's called.
They showed this bit though. It's got to be something.
Yeah, but as he rises, it turns to has the lightning on it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, this is a pretty major bit. This is the boss Ludwig the First Hunter. Little dressed up. Yeah.
When I first heard the trailer, him just doing that weird laugh.
Yeah, that's creepy. It's very creepy. Obviously, since he's a new boss, this is presumably a completely new area. It's hard to see because they're leaping around the place.
There's more than one of them, whether
There
they
is
brought one in or this, you're actually playing with other hunters at this point in the game.
Yeah. An interesting thing to note where we pause it now, Ludwig's wearing the executioner robes.
He would have worn as a human.
Yeah.
He's got his executioner robes on. It's kind of hard to see what weaponry. Whoa, they just got fucked. It's kind of hard to see what weaponry the hunters are using, but
It
it looks like a typical amazing Bloodborne boss fight. It
I
looks
think-
like he's got a big scythe thing, but
The point they're getting across here, I think, is he's either only just turned and going crazy at, or it was just like a gradual thing that he never really changed.
possibly,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, this is the main reason that we think it's going into the past. Because
He's in it.
he's meant to be dead.
Yeah.
His skull is theoretically the one that's on the cathedral
That's
wall.
Lawrence's skull.
That's Lawrence's skull.
Lawrence is in the
Oh, is that
guy who
Lawrence's skull?
started the plague, basically.
Right,
yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Although it's likely we'll probably see him if that goes back that far.
I'm actually curious to see quite how far back this is as well, if it's going back.
We need. I'll be right. I don't know if we'll find out anything more though before it comes out because it's quite close to coming out now.
Also, with this being the kind of game where they're trying to stop you finding anything out on purpose, you've got to work out yourself. They might not want to give anything away.
He does actually just appear to be using the sword blade, I think. Can't really tell. It's kind of hard to tell.
No, it looks like it's on the sides.
This is obviously when he's fighting Mikolash, and he uses a new arcane spell, which just throws it at him.
Yeah, that's what
I like that though. I think it's cool.
Whether that's an item or it's actually you can do magic.
Could be an
now.
item. Yeah, could be an item. I would rather it was a spell because arcane's cool, but they don't do enough of it in the game. Like the two spells you have are really cool. I think the Cool Beyond and the Ebritas arm.
Yeah.
So if we got more of that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
This has got people crazy. This section, because this is incredibly Dark Soulsy because he's got a fucking shield.
Which you obviously never had in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Well,
We have the
there's a wooden shield.
Yeah, but
If
this is a good
Are
shield.
you going to use the wooden?
And he's also got a new sword which looks awesome.
That does look
That's
very
cool.
cool. And that, I'm assuming it's not even its straight form because you've got.
I don't know. I guess not.
At first, I did think this could be.
Unless that is the trick. where you get the shield.
Oh no, Roach could be right, I reckon, because I reckon he could pull that bit apart, like literally
It's
separate
fold.
those two bits.
Because
Or fold
if you
them
had
back.
two of them,
Yeah.
flip
Yeah.
over.
Oh, hence,
I see
yeah,
that.
you're right. Actually.
No.
If that's
Nice.
the case, then that could be very cool.
I love the look of that sword.
yeah.
I just like it's very different.
Yeah, it looks awesome. But him having a shield is a massive deal. He's currently fighting Martyr Ligarius here. That's Ligarius' area and his red skull thing attack.
Yeah.
And the fact that the dude's just blocking it.
I'll tell you what it
is
will
like
do.
a game changer.
Having it exactly, it will fundamentally change how you could play it if you wanted.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're not easier, but you don't have to suddenly run away
It's-
from
it's-
everything.
if it's-
You might be able to tank more.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's not
yeah.
really for me because I personally love the aggressive fighting style of the game, but Dark Souls players, that's how they fight, man. They love that sort of shit. Mo's Wet Nurse, yeah, again, you can't really see anything here, it's going so fast. I think he's got a new weapon here, he's got a big lance, but it's hard to tell fighting everyone. Yeah, he does, look at that.
It's almost like another side
That's pretty
kind
cool,
of thing.
I
But
like it, it's cool.
It's like a stick with a spike.
Yeah, it's quite rudimentary looking, but I like it. That's Forbidden Wood, I believe. And then finally, Vicar Amelia with the pizza cutter. Awesome.
it does look quite cool. I
It's-
can imagine it's not a
I
good
wish.
weapon, but a cool weapon.
I wish the name of it was just Pizza Cutter.
Yeah.
Pizza Cutter 1. Pizza Cutter plus 2. Plus 2.
It might be a decent weapon, I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think here he's actually charging it up as well, look. So he charges it up and smash!
This is one
I
of
love the spark
Yeah,
effects.
this
Yeah,
is
it's
one
very
of
cool.
the weapons that I think is really cool, but it's probably one I wouldn't use.
Mm.
A bit like the wheel.
The
Okay,
wheel,
this as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
Garrus'
think
wheel.
it's very cool. I've never used it.
The Garrus' wheel was the first thing I thought of when I saw it as well. I think it might be something to Kirk Hammer as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, I like the Kirk Hammer, but I don't use it.
Well,
So I'm
once
not-
you get the Holy Blade, like, why would you?
I'm not really big on the whole slow kind of massive
Yeah,
weapons,
no,
although I
that's-
think this looks fucking awesome though. And then actually, finally, is Random Return of the Cleric Beast. Now on
Somewhat
fire.
on fire, yeah.
Now on fire, and if you look in the background,
Indoors.
indoors. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on there.
But interestingly, he's on fire given that before his week.
I think
Yeah,
that's...
maybe originally he looks different because I'm pretty
I
sure
reckon he looks
could
looking
be.
charred.
In fairness, he could be in the first one, in
The game.
in the game. He could actually be looking giant because I mean he is black and a little bit.
Possibly, I tell you, possibly something just came to my mind. Actually, what if you're not actually fighting him here? What if this is a cutscene of another cleric beast being burned to death?
Maybe.
Oh, because they're beasts and therefore fire is not good for them.
Yeah.
I think it's this area after the gardens, and you go and fight. What's
Ebritas?
Ebritas.
Yeah, that's
You
above
drop down.
Cathedral Ward.
You drop down.
Yeah.
And then head. Is this the room before you take the lift down to her?
This could be anywhere.
Well,
Mm.
it's kind of hard to say because
Because I remember
when you go
in.
into the window,
Yeah.
you're above where you fight Vicar Amelia.
Yeah.
Because you just go around one of the sides and then you go down the lift.
Yeah, but you're on an area before.
Yeah, that's where the
Oh, is that above?
that's where those flowers
Yeah,
are.
It's
like
literally
that.
right above them.
Oh.
You can look over and see where you
Yeah.
fought the Vicar.
My mistake.
So yeah, I have absolutely no idea what's going on there. I don't know if maybe they're gonna like do.
It could be
Along-
something to do with Volvianum.
Yeah, it could
It's
be.
like the whole burning thing.
It's possible they might. There's a couple of things. It could be just they could be remixing the old bosses,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or maybe burning cleric beast is now like a chalice dungeon boss.
perhaps.
But
Possibly.
it's impossible to tell because we literally there's
This
yeah,
is
so it's
less than
anything.
2 seconds.
Yeah, and then obviously the final thing is also the cover art of the expansion, which is the hunter sitting in front of. It looks to me like the clock tower in.
Yeah.
He's inside the clock tower. And I'll tell you something interesting as well. In Dark Souls 2 at least, you tend to have to go and find where to get into the DLC once you've downloaded it. In typical this kind of game fashion, it doesn't make it easy for you.
Yeah.
But that, I presume that you would get into Upper Cathedral Ward and there'd be some way of getting into the clock tower
Yeah,
now.
possibly.
And then that would be, you'd be
Yeah.
in the DLC then. I presume that's what's going on here. We could be completely wrong. But I think like the way this kind of goes, that is what you can see in the sky.
They've made a point about it several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
That's the thing. In the game, there were some doors and things that you always think that could open.
Mhm.
Yeah, that have
Right.
always been locked off.
There's a door after the cleric beast. There's a door that is actually linked to one in
It's
Cathedral Ward.
Cathedral Ward, yeah.
And
go
things like that.
But they've
I always
got
feel
the
like
gate there. That you can't
if it's I feel like it's going to go back, and they could unlock different routes to
Yeah.
places shaft.
There's a trap door at
things like that.
Bergenworth
Exactly,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of thing that if you go back in time, you'd go to Bergenworth as it was, and that kind of shit wouldn't be
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, yeah. But that is it for the Old Hunters trailer. That was an 8-Brit Gaming in-depth analysis of the trailer. We're all pretty excited here at 8-Brit Gaming. But let us know what you think in the comments below, guys. Are you excited for the Old Hunters? And did you pick up anything that we might have missed in the trailer? Because Lord knows you possibly did. But as always, guys, please subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.
Cool.
I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
God, I can't wait when I have to edit that.
You're gonna love it.
It'll be worth it, man.